Hi Mum, it's Thomas here. It's all gone a bit haywire since I last wrote to you. My last message finished quite abruptly. Sorry about that. I'd heard wailing from outside. It was so loud they could have been on the other side of the shore of Galilee. But it turns out that Lazarus, do you remember him? I think we were in school together for a bit. Well, he's really good friends with Mary and Martha and Jesus, but sadly he wasn't very well. I heard this running over to the group that had formed outside and heard Jesus saying something about the illness being for God's glory. I don't know, I missed it because the wailing was so loud. These women. Anyway, it was quite obvious to all us disciples that we were going to go back with Jesus. We needed to make sure that Lazarus was okay, and if he wasn't, then Jesus could heal him. If you can't heal your best mate as a miracle worker, then what's the point? So Jesus tells Mary and Martha how much he loves them and Lazarus, and then he stands still. We thought he'd gone into shock, so we gently encouraged him to go and pack, but it turns out he was staying put on purpose. It gets to day 3 and we are losing our minds, and Jesus gets up and announces, "Let's go back to Judea," perfectly calmly, as if he wasn't almost murdered by the Jews the last time we were there. So we said, "Teacher, Rabbi, have you lost your mind? A, the Jews tried to stone you last time, and B, if we're going anywhere, shouldn't we go to Lazarus on the outskirts of Judea instead?" And get this, Jesus said, "Are there not 12 hours of daylight?" I still don't have a clue what he really meant. Maybe something about having plenty of time? Or maybe it's more about the next bit he said. Those who walk during the day do not stumble because they see the light of this world. Just sounds like good advice to turn the lights on when going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Anyway, as if it couldn't get any more confusing, then he told us that Lazarus had just fallen asleep and he was going to Bethany to wake him up. I mean, we started dancing with joy. Do you remember the official son last year that Jesus had healed from afar? He'd done it again. But just like so many things that Jesus said, it turns out there was a hidden meaning. Jesus then says to us, "Lazarus is dead." The dancing stopped pretty quickly after that one. We were fuming. What a ridiculous rollercoaster ride Jesus had taken us on, and all of it could have been avoided. And then, in the most confusing move of it all, we had to head off to Bethany to see Lazarus. But he's dead. And let's be honest, Jesus of all people knows it. He must have one of those photographic memories or something. He knows every answer in a pub quiz. So right now we're on our way to Bethany, the village outside Judea where Lazarus is resting before he can be buried. Why we're going there, who knows? But at least we can comfort Mary and Martha. Anyway, I'm pleased to hear that the camels are getting better and the farm crops are back on track after all those farmhands you hired went to that wedding and got totally drunk. Missing you all, Thomas.